get started with today's live presentation, and we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about the truth when it comes to money, and we're going to make sure that anyone that creates a Karatbars International account and attends our live webinars and our live broadcasts right now featuring the 12-week plan, they're going to get a financial education, if nothing else. But it's important that we all know the history of money. Why? Because we all deal in money all the time. And it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. And I know there are rules to the money game, just like there are most games and most financial challenges, most financial situations that you get into. There's rules, and if you violate those rules, you could be on the losing end. But if you want to have a chance to win, you got to know the rules to the game, and that's the point of today's presentation. I think one of the things that I learned in my search for the truth. And it's been four plus years for a lot of us since we were first exposed to this concept. But the one thing that we've learned is we've learned the truth when it comes to the Federal Reserve and the Treasury and our government and the spending and how all that interacts, how it affects your money. Because after all, the only economy that matters is the one in your own home. We're going to help you get on the winning side of what's happening, so you and your household are going to benefit from what's happening in the future instead of being a victim. So if you go to YouTube and type in the keyword zeitgeist like you see on the screen, and then after you watch those series of videos, type in Robert Kiyosaki, Why Savers Are Losers, and just right there you're going to have a basic fundamental understanding of what's happening to our money. And as Kevin James Brown, our fantastic senior partner down in Dallas, Texas, says, if what you thought to be true really wasn't true, would you want to know? I know I would. So with that in mind, which has a better future? Paper money or gold money? You heard what Mike Maloney and James Turk and all those experts said on the videos that we played prior to the live broadcast, but you are what your record says you are. And if you look at the record of paper money compared to gold money, especially since the year 1900, gold has never let us down with a 6,000-year run of history as being used as money. Paper money has a 120-year history. And as Mike Maloney said, I think it was Mike Maloney said, it's littered with failed currency after failed currency. And it always happens with 100% certainty when they what? When they decouple from gold. And look at the chart on the left. Look at the picture of the dollar and the paper money buying power. It's declined over the years because in 1971 they completely cut the link. 1945, you saw in the video, Bretton Woods, where they decided to use the U.S. dollar as the worldwide currency and link it to gold. Well, in 1971, good old President Nixon, he completely cut the cord from gold to paper money. And from that point on, they started printing money like a drunken sailor and spending it just as fast as they printed it with no restraints. And it causes inflation. And that's when one-income households became extinct. And two-income households were popping up everywhere because you couldn't make enough money as one person. You had to have two incomes. And that's the effect of inflation. At the same time, look at gold money. Go look at gold prices. Direct opposite. One goes up, the other goes like a teeter-totter. A lot of people don't know. Paper money was created as a gold substitute. Did you know that? Most people don't. I didn't know it until someone showed me. So perception versus reality. You've all seen the Wizard of Oz movie. I remember, let's go back, just close your eyes and remember when you first saw it, when you were a little kid. Maybe all of you were little kids. I was. Scared the daylights out of me when I saw this. Why? Because I'd never seen it before. It scared me. And this was an authority figure telling you to do this and do that. And it scared Dorothy. It scared the Tin Man and the Lion and the Scarecrow too. And they came back though because they wanted to get her home. Well, what they learned on their second trip back was that wizard really wasn't a wizard. It was an illusion, and it was the man behind the curtain, and it was that little dog. And you know what? We here at Karatbars International, affiliates that are active out in the field, that genuinely have a heart to help people, that's what we're doing. We're pulling the curtain back, we're revealing the truth about money, and we're showing people how to protect and preserve and even multiply their money. And that is the purpose of what we're doing at Karatbars. Just since the financial collapse of 2008, trillions in asset values transferred to the man behind the curtain. Most people have only recovered only a fraction of what they once had and worked years to accumulate. And most blame others that did not even take their money. People were, and still are, told that everything will be okay by the media, the politicians, and the big banks. Question is, will you continue to believe them? Well, there's no shortage of people that aren't believing them, and I think that number is growing because the man behind the curtain's telling people that everything's okay. We know everything is not okay. Your government is telling people that we're going to get everything back on track. Relax, get back to work, trust us. And the brokerage houses and the big banks are saying at the same time, don't touch your portfolio. Things will get better. Don't panic and do something foolish like sell. Meanwhile, the United States dollar has lost 42% of its purchasing power because of this massive debt inflation and more money being created and printed out of thin air and added to the money supply. And the whole time, what's that man behind the curtain doing? Well, he's buying gold. Central banks are buying gold. The rich and elite are buying gold. And other people are selling their gold, panicking, turning in their jewelry, exchanging gold back to cash, which is the absolute wrong way to preserve money, but exchanging paper money into gold and saving it. That's what the central banks are doing. That's what the rich and the elite are doing, and that's what Karatbars is doing. Because the money secret is not for the rich only. Because we understand the greatest transfer of wealth is going on, has been going on, as paper money that was created as a gold substitute and actually as a way to actually legally take gold from the people with a debt-based system built to enslave the uninformed by creating debt and payments for people and taking their money. And the whole time, gold has just been plugging along with a 6,000-year history of reliability. So would you agree? Most people need more money. Yes or no? And most families need more income. It's not your fault. It's inflation. We used to be able to have one income and it was more than enough, but it isn't now. Some people couple that to a debt problem. And then we have the currency crisis we talked about, and our savings is under attack because of inflation. We need a solution. A lot of people are turning to multi-level marketing, direct sales, commission-only part-time jobs. They take those on to create more money and more income. But here's what they need to know. The direct sales industry facts at this time, and right now it's September of 2013. The direct sales industry is cyclical in its growth, and it's based on economic conditions just like any other economy is. In good times, good growth and good sales will occur. Inflationary and market downturns, things get slow, or growth and momentum stop. And in 2008, we entered into one of these down cycles. It's a lot harder to build and maintain a book of business in any direct sales company. Any industry veteran will tell you that. And if you don't believe me, businessforhome.org and see for yourself. Revenues are down. The major companies all over the world, revenues are down, retention's at an all-time low, and industry's top money earners, yearly average income has plummeted since 2008. So basically, what that tells you is if you're going to do that, if you're going to choose that as an extra way to make, you're paddling against a really strong current. We're not saying it can't be done. It can be done, but it takes a lot of energy and effort. Or you can learn the truth, position yourself, and not have to paddle against the current. You'll be paddling with the current, because you'll know that we, as a government, here in the United States, $16+ trillion in debt, rising every day. There's no mathematical way they can ever pay it back. I know it. You need to know it. They know it. And when everyone knows it, there is going to be a big change in the way way business is conducted. There's record spending, rising inflation, worldwide currency crisis. There's no plan to stop spending. They talk about reducing the debt. Oh, get real. Worldwide debt, currency savings problem are historic and unprecedented levels. That's a fact. All central banks all over the world, for the first time ever in the history of the world, are printing money at the same time. Not a good sign. And that means the fundamental and technical indicators project record gold prices will continue. These are bullish indicators. So this in mind, what will you do when money comes into your hand? You've heard time after time, day after day, day after day, we talk about the movement of money, how to move money towards you, not away from you. I don't need to rehearse those slides again. You guys know that when money moves, certain activities need to take place in order to change your financial future. So it all gets down to when money comes into your hand. If you have a job, that means when the employer pays you a paycheck, comes to you, either in digital or paper form, then you're going to deposit it and then do what? Move money. You're going to pay bills. So the problem is when money comes into people's hands, they don't pay themselves first, they pay others. And all that money slips through their hands, have a little bit left for goods and services, and at the end of the week, they're out of money. That's the problem. And it used to be back in the 70s, I showed you the facts. One income used to be more than enough to pay your bills, goods and services, plus take your kids out for dinner, go to the amusement park, whatever you want to do, you have that extra money. Not anymore, guys. So it's important that we learn how to value each dollar by making good financial decisions and developing good financial habits. So let's review first what not to do. Okay? The poor, day after day, this is a financial habit. They pay bills when money comes into their hands, and they buy stuff with what's left. Stuff like cell phones, iPads, clothes, travel, fast food, things that produce no income. Middle class, what they buy on payday keeps them prisoners of the middle class. They purchase liabilities, it creates more debt and more payments and more demand on that paycheck to pay off that boat, to pay off the cars, the credit card debt that they run up. They purchase liabilities that create more payments and more expense, keeps them prisoner. All right, here's where the rubber hits the road. Here's where we're going to make some changes. Financial habit that creates real wealth. This is time tested, and that is when money comes into your hands. Buy an asset, something that's going to create more income. Here's an example. You get paid $1,000 in income. Turn it into an asset. Buy an asset that's going to create income. In this case, it's $150. So that's how you get rich, guys. There's no real mystery to it. The wealthy people and people that want to be wealthy are extremely eager. Not just eager, extremely eager. If you show something to them that makes sense, like we're going to show you, they will do it. It continues to pay them month after month, year after year. They know that. Long after they stop working the business, you still receive income from that asset. So when it comes to business, timing is everything. Would you rather paddle against the current, like most people are that are with other companies that are trying to make people buy and spend money in order to qualify for commissions? Or would you rather be like us with Karatbars, where no one has to spend any money? This company rewards us for saving money, something that we should be doing anyway. Now, I want to talk just briefly about the greatest tool in the history of direct sales was this crazy little cassette tape. Anybody on the broadcast, type in. You familiar with this? You remember that? Joel Wallach talking about colloidal minerals? I'll tell you what, that tool set every record in the history of direct sales. Why? Because all you had to do is plug it in and play it and sign them up and collect the money. We have the same thing at Karatbars International, but ours is even easier to access. Telephone. We can access it through a cell phone, landline, or internet. Play this 3-minute sizzle call. You know, I tell people to strike an interest. You can get people to listen to this by saying a number of different things. I like asking people if they've seen the new international gold money yet. And they'll say no, and you'll say, do you want to? And then you play the call. Or you can say, hey, I got association with a company here that actually has currency grade gold, and I want you to take a look at this and tell me if I'm crazy or if I'm on to something. You know, anything like that. Just create the curiosity, get them to listen to this, and they will be impressed like most people are. That's one of the reasons why we're growing so fast, is we've got a great tool, just like Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Now, unlike Dead Doctors Don't Lie, I'm going to read this disclaimer because it's the proper thing to do. Income projections that we're going to show you are going to be shown in U.S. dollars. Keep in mind, Karatbars International is a German company. They pay in euros, but they are automatically converted to any currency wherever you are in the world through our money card that we're going to show you. Now, the action plan that we're going to use today, show you today, that's going to create all these earnings and all this earning power is going to be displayed with mathematical examples that are dependent on following the plan. If you do it any other way, it may or may not work. But the way we show you, we've been doing it since July 1st. And not only are people at these levels, but beyond these levels. People are well ahead, especially ones that can refer more than 2 people. But the results can vary based on your activity and the activity of your team. Here's the founder, visionary CEO, Mr. Harold Seitz, who will be in Nashville, Tennessee, October 20, when is it, guys? October 25th, 6th, and 7th. Nashville, Tennessee. I've got a, yeah, thanks, guys, covering my back. Judy, you're beautiful. Anyway, Karatbars International will have their CEO there, as well as the Director of Americas, Mr. Thomas Schreiner. Guys, this isn't a startup. This is like a 3.5-year-old company, actually a little more than that, but that came out with this idea of having currency-grade gold available in small, affordable weights and offer free storage or delivery, and you can enroll and participate as a customer or as an affiliate. The difference is the affiliate side has the referral rewards program that rewards saving, not spending. Remember, I said that earlier? This is a company that rewards saving money, not spending money. It's a new concept, isn't it? And within the affiliate rewards program, some of your leaders have identified a new 12-week strategy that focuses on one of 7 income streams. I'm going to repeat. The 12-week strategy deploys and focuses on one of 7 income streams. Just the dual team system. It's not multi-level. There are no levels even recognized in the comp plan. It's just your left team volume, right team volume. Period. No levels, just volume. That's why it's not it's one of the reasons it's not multi-level marketing. But it does create weekly income fast, and it does create a perpetual-like gold acquisition from the system, not your own pocket. And to set up an account, it is free, fast, and easy. It's a business model that is a category creator. If you've ever been involved in a category creator in the past, I have, that's where you want to be. And it promotes and encourages as well as rewards saving money instead of spending. I hope you got that in your mind. Very, very different from what people are used to. It's clever, new, and exciting, as well as risk-free way to move money toward you instead of away from you with a system to do it. And you're getting in the way of money and capturing a piece of it when it's moved correctly. And we're going to show you how to move it correctly. And you're going to create at the same time an income property asset where you're going to receive from that asset, it's going to spin off weekly residual income from saving money throughout your book of business. Each time someone saves money, commissions are paid. You're going to receive also currency-grade gold from the system in your pocket or in storage for you that it comes from the system instead of out of your pocket. Okay? And this happens by trading in, swapping, or exchanging paper money for gold money. You still have money that you own, manage, and control. It's just better money. And you can also exchange your gold back to any currency, any cash, any paper money at any time. And all you need to do is request that. It is the best quality collateral for your financial statement. Why? Because you've seen the little video, YouTube video, I Am Gold. It explains why it is the best quality collateral. It's outperformed every asset class for the last 44 years. And we're going to show you this 12-week plan right now that creates the leverage and compression that could create incredible weekly income. The action plan just requires you learning and deploying 3 new skills. Can you do that? I think you can. A lot of people have. And everyone that is making money. All you got to do is select and acquire a business package. We've got several to choose from, ranging from bronze to silver to gold to VIP, and we're going to show you those. And the activity that makes all this possible is saving 1 gram of currency-grade gold into your piggy bank every week. Are you willing to commit to that? That's the key. If you're not, then it's not going to work for you in 12 weeks. You may say, well, look, I'll do it over 1 month, but not every week. Okay, well, great. Then the 12-week plan for you will be a 12-month plan. But for those of us that like to ramp up the velocity of the movement of money, we think in terms of week. If I can save 1 gram of gold a week, what a great financial plan for so many reasons. And this, by the way, is the correct way to save or move money, is to exchange, swap, trade it into gold money. Then save it. Don't spend it, save it. And then find 2 others that will do the same thing. 2 others that know they need to save more money. 2 others that want to find a system that'll do it for them. The result is, if everyone does the same thing, is an incredible amount of money on a weekly basis. The compensation range in this program is extremely unique in the fact that you and your team control your earning power and your earning level when you start. You choose. You don't have to qualify for it. You choose at enrollment which earning level or earning range you want to participate. And I told you, here's your different package options. There's also a VIP exclusive at over 10,000 US, but these are rounded off. Keep in mind the currency exchange rates fluctuate every minute of every day, and these may or may not be right on the money. I mean, it may be a few dollars less, it may be a few dollars more, but this is in the general ballpark. And keep in mind, the blue arrows pointing down means the entire organization at whatever level you want to talk about. Bronze, gold, VIP. Every single enrollment is at the bronze level. We didn't show anybody enrolling at the silver, gold, or VIP. If we did, it would probably scare you, the kind of earning power that creates. But these are you enrolling at the levels we show you here. Bronze, silver, gold, VIP, and everything duplicate. You're finding how many people? 2, just 2. One to head up your left team sales, and one to head up your right team sales. And then you're going to help them do the same thing. Find 2. And I know people will find more than 2. We've had people find 22 and 42 their first month, and even more. But this is if people just duplicate and find 2 that do the very minimum bronze level. Look at the earning power by your 12th week, guys. At the bronze, 4,400 plus. At the silver level, 17,000 a week. Gold, 25,875 a week. And the VIP, over 30,000 a week. Guys, gee whiz, that's a lot of money. And we have people that are well ahead of these levels in their 12-week plan. You start your 12-week plan today. You'll be looking at your week 1 right here. And then next week will be your week 2 and week right on down the line. But this is the template. This is the spreadsheet. This shows you what you can expect. And in 12 weeks, you can achieve financial independence and freedom. If you can learn 1 phone number and 2 websites. Here they are. There's the sizzle call. That dispenses the information. It's not designed to give them detail, just basics. and do it quickly and strike an interest, then send them to the intro site where they can get more information, then send them to the webinar.com site, karatbarswebinar.com, where they can hear what you're hearing right now, and you can have your senior partners present so you don't have to. And we have Cheryl Ann Gober, Dan Big Boomer, Giralmo, Kevin James Brown, Lloyd Merrifield. We've got Robert La Riviere, Robert Payne, others doing a fantastic. Look at these. I love this. This was posted on our team Facebook website. It's a Karatbars Superman shirt. We got to make one of those. Those are awesome. But we have a lot of Karatbars superstars and Karatbars supermen and women in our organization that are doing a fantastic job helping others get their money out of harm's way. So, when you set up a Karatbars account, each time money is exchanged into gold money, a commission is paid. And how do they pay us? They pay us on the world's best and most versatile debit card in the world when you have commissionable activity in your organization. They mail you your Karatbars branded debit card. It is a MasterCard. It works anywhere MasterCard is accepted. We use it at Karatbars to pay for products and services. We use it at Karatbars International to receive our commissions from our company. Each Friday they load earnings onto this card that you can exchange for products and services. You can use it to exchange for gold grams, which we do, and in 2014 you'll be able to use it to pay others in gold. There's the pictures of the card lower right-hand side. There's the money card, the MasterCard, that you use to move money. There is the gold card, that you use to preserve money, okay, and store your money in gold, like Mike Maloney says, so you'll be able to buy more stuff in the future with that money instead of less stuff if you keep it in paper. Exchange it into gold and you'll be able to buy more stuff in the future. That's the aha moment you need to realize. That's what happens when you save money the correct way. So, if you haven't already, you need to get back to the person that gave you this information, that shared this website with you, and you need to create your free account. And do it now. And select your package. And do it now. And save money, 1 gram each week into your piggy bank. And don't forget, pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Money moves, and when that happens, people get paid. The results. People that work the plan are making money. I don't know how else to put it. That's about as simple as I can make it, guys. We're seeing as a company, record-breaking growth, record-breaking sales, and as affiliates, we're seeing record-breaking incomes. People that work the plan are enjoying weekly cash flow without having to spend money. People that work the plan are enjoying accumulating the best quality collateral. People that work the plan are also enjoying preserving their profits, wages, and labor, and helping others avoid loss. Guys, it doesn't get any better than that. So we just invite you to get your board, come on out. This wave is rolling, and it is a tsunami, and more people, more and more families, more and more companies, more and more even nonprofit entities are seeing the value of owning, managing, and controlling an active Karatbars account, and you can too. I want to invite you to participate in our live Karatbars International worldwide event that is happening in Nashville, Tennessee. Cheryl Ann Gober, Big Boomer Dan, if you can unmute, Kevin James Brown, all the senior partners and any of the senior partners. You want to chime in and add to what's already been said, that would